So our first speaker tonight is a fairly new member. She joined a few months ago, but then she's been very consistent and active with Toastmasters. She even went up to the area level for evaluation contest. And she takes up any opportunity she can get to speak. So Toastmaster Neha, it's really great to have you tonight. And she's also a painter and a French language instructor. She can speak fluent French, but I think tonight she's going to give a speech in English. And she will be evaluated by another beautiful Toastmaster Sanila, doing her level 1, project 2, the second part. And the title is Away from Home. Away from Home, Toastmaster Neha. Over to you.
Okay. Grade 3 in school is when we are usually taught that the basic human needs are food, clothing, and shelter. Food being on the top of the list. Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. I was born in an Indian family where we do not eat to live, but live to eat. Where your day begins with your mom asking, what should I prepare for breakfast? And by the time breakfast is over, the same question is repeated for lunch and for dinner. But one day, this changed when life decided to throw me in different parts of the world and to see how it is like not to be at home. It began when I was in college, not even 20. I got a 7-day scholarship with 3 other colleagues in Da Nang. It's a city in south of Vietnam. We were so excited that food was the last thing on our minds. When we reached Da Nang, it was almost lunchtime. Starving, we headed to the cafeteria and saw a grand buffet spread. And guess what all we had? Well, nothing. We just couldn't eat. A strong smell dominated the food. Till date, I don't know what it was. We headed out to see if we could find something to eat. And we did find some sweet bread that became our staple food for the 1 week. I am glad it was just 1 week. I remember when we had to travel back from Da Nang, we had to do an 18-hour bus journey and the bus would only stop once on the way. So we had to eat our lunch before we boarded the bus. My friend came telling me, Neha, you know what? What? We have rice and prawns for lunch. Prawns? I was on the 9th cloud. We rushed to the cafeteria and there we were, served with the plate full of boiled rice and boiled prawns. Salt wasn't there, and the other spices for sure were out of question. Trust me, that was the moment when I ate to live. While returning from my trip, when I reflected on the journey, I realized often at home we complain about the food our loved ones prepare. The salt is more, the salt is less, it's too spicy, not cooked properly, etc., etc. But would we still do the same if we do not have a choice? Or the only choice you have is boiled prawns or more boiled prawns? After a year, I went to France. Now this was not 7 days, but 7 months, to work in a high school. The meals were provided in the cafeteria. I was having my first meal and I had this conversation with myself. Is there more to cooking than just adding salt and pepper? Why can't these people have some flavor in the food? Okay, I cannot eat this. I am going to cook for myself. And guess what happened? Well, nothing. I survived the bland food till I got back. Actually, what happened was this. Without my knowledge, I was adapting. I learned to distinguish between the subtle flavors of thyme, parsley, and basil. I learned to appreciate a poached fish in Diogleche sauce and a mildly spiced roast lamb, and the efforts behind the little creme caramel. I was fascinated by the story of a humble vegetable potato that was once considered as cattle fodder, but now used or respected by every French chef. And more importantly, I understood why my French friends enjoyed cooking with me, smiled at me, and wiped away tears. Food is religion to some of us. We are emotionally connected to it. Some dishes are like close relatives to us. Leaving one and choosing another can be hard. But when you're away from home, two things happen. One, you learn to appreciate homemade food more. And second, you understand that there are opportunities to taste that you never knew existed. It's like your palate is on a journey, making new friends and finding new relatives. Your red chilies find new relatives in peppers, jalapenos, and with the newfound understanding of the world, cuisine becomes a language for conversation and culture. Now, when I sit down for a meal in a different country, I'm not just sitting down to eat, but I'm standing up to respect something new, to learn something new, and occasionally smile through my tears at someone's dining table. Thank you.
Well done, Neha. Thank you. That was an
Thank
amazing.
you.
And I'm feeling hungry for all